Morning everyone. Today I want to talk about some cool perks that I don't really see being discussed or even used all that much. I think they are very underrated and yeah, I mean, what do you want me to say? They are perks. Nerd, statistics, things, options. You know what I mean. Well, either way, without getting, too much fuzzy wuzzy with the details, let's get into it. Let's get straight into it. So, the first perk that I want to talk about is Overcooked. Overcooked is a perk that I already made a video about, so I'm going to make it quick and easy. Basically, whenever you throw a grenade, it will explode on an impact. It's really good if you are someone like me who enjoys throwing grenades, and since in PayDay 3 there are many ways to regenerate throwables, it's very fun to use this perk because you kill some of enemies and you get a lot of ammo from them, and also sometimes even throwables. Those you can use to kill even more, and it's great for AoE and this kind of crowd control. And I think it's just very underrated since it makes just moving, especially in overkill where seconds matter a lot, faster and more deadly for you, which is insane. Then, speaking of Overcooked, with Overcooked, there are two perks that I really want to mention. One is an Infiltrator, which you wouldn't really expect since Infiltrator is kinda a stealth kind of a perk tree, but it's at the end and it's called Frugal Thrower. This one gives a 20% chance to replenish this throwable, after they are destroying a throwable. This perk is really neat since there is a 1 in 5th plus minus chance whenever you throw a throwable that you won't consume it, meaning you have essentially, if you have 5 throwables, 6 of them, which is, I mean, if you play an overkill, the one smoke can easily save you. However, one really cool thing is that there is another perk called Scrounger, which, as long as you have edge, ammo drops have a 10% chance of replenishing one of your throwables, meaning if you combine these, you essentially have 30% chance of getting a throwable every so often. The thing is with the Scrounger is that it requires edge. However, since a good portion of the perks that you might probably use are related to, well, edge, you should have an easy time getting it, especially since there are perks like Gunslinger, well, trees like Gunslinger, Mover, or even Ammo Specialist that allow you to, get these things very easily, and it's just dope. Another perk that I want to talk about is Replenish. This perk actually works real well with the throwables and even the Scrounger perk, and the reason why is because as long as you edge, you automatically pick up ammo dropped by enemies you have killed. This seems like such a small thing that might seem really useless, but playing with it, especially on overkill, is such a lifesaver because you are not going to move as much on higher difficulties because you need to take cover and so on and so forth. But if you have Replenish, where you have edge, which you will have quite often, you will just get the ammo. It's really good, especially if you're leveling new weapons on overkill or harder difficulties. You just want you are struggling with ammo due to accuracy or any other issues you might have. It just helps. It helps tremendously, and I think every build I have has this perk. Now another perk that I want to talk about is Ammo Funnel. As long as you have edge, the ammo you pick up is directly added to your accurate weapons magazine. If your magazine is full, it's added to your resistance. Now this might seem, again, one of the small perks, it doesn't really seem strong. However, it's pretty good to use it when you are using a gun that has an extended mag, or a gun that consumes ammo really quickly due to fire rate or similar issues. Even shotguns are pretty dope with this. It seems like a small thing, but if you are struggling with ammo, where you just hide all the time to reload, you name it, this can help you. I can imagine it's been doing good for shotguns. I tried it myself, but I didn't really see much of a difference. But I don't really play much with shotguns, so maybe just a skill issue. However, it's great. This perk is just neat. Another perk, speaking of shotgun, is Sprint Reloaded. You can reload while sprinting. Now this might seem like a very useless perk because in PayDay 3, you take cover, you reload, you go on, you cover a lot, and even PayDay 2 and other PayDay games, it's sometimes a bit of a cover shooter, which might seem like a useless perk because of this. But this perk is one of the best perks you can get if you play with shotguns. Especially the... check the name of the shotgun? Reinfeld 880. Yeah, I'm a professional. If you haven't noticed, I don't script my videos. And if you have Reinfeld, the biggest problem with the gun is that it has very slow loading speed. But with spring loaded, you can reload while sprinting, and since it's a shotgun, short range weapon, this will save you tremendously, especially if you play on maps like 99 boxes where the map is a bit on the longer side. You just reload very easily. It's great. I can't say enough how much I enjoyed using it. I tried to include some footage of me using actually this perk and the shotgun, and yeah, definitely give it a try if you are someone who enjoys shotguns or even other weapons. I think this perk is very underrated and I haven't seen anyone talk about it. So yeah, when it comes to other perks that aren't really related to anything, I want to talk about Chuck and Ave. Chuck and Ave, killing an enemy within 8 meters of you has a 20% chance to target all non-special enemies within 5 meters of you. This is very complicated, and to make it short, there is 1 in 5th plus minus chance that whenever you kill someone, all of the guys around him will get staggered, so non-special ones also. This might seem like a useless thing or not even that big of a deal, but it's very good. I think Chuck and Ave has a lot of potential to save you, and like, I mean, if you play an overkill where you take a lot of damage, you know, if you have a gun that allows you to kill quickly, or you just, you know, go for the headshots, this perk can save you, especially if you combine it with perks from Enforcer, and just, it will make you last longer, because, you know, you'll just be more sturdy and you name it. It's really good, and not to mention it's very fun to use, especially if you use it with heavy hipfire. And speaking of heavy hipfire, this is a perk from the Gunslinger tree, and as long as you have edge, hipfire shots will cause heavy stagger. So if you have this perk and also Shock and Ave, you will stagger a lot, meaning you will save yourself from a lot of bad situations really easily. Now keep in mind, as far as I know, none of these work against bulldozers or special enemies. Heavy hipfire I think works actually against special enemies, but the other one doesn't. Now this will save you a lot. Hipfire is really good in PayDay 3. It's something I really appreciate since I like hipfire in games a lot, so cool. And yeah, you need to do the Gunslinger. I think Gunslinger, even the base perk on Ace, is very cool, since whenever you perform a headshot with your weapon in Hipfire, you will refresh any edge you have. So if you again play with if you play with Hipfire a lot like I am, because I'm used to games like Counter-Strike, this will just save you a lot. It's very fun to use, and it's just cannot talk about how much I like it. Now another perk tree actually I want to mention is Manipulator. Manipulator is a perk that will help you with trading civilians and just things like that, more or less. For example, you can get Negotiator with all of you to, whenever you trade hostage, you will get an additional first aid pack, so you will get 2 instead of 1. And you can also threaten police to, you know, I wanted to say something really rude, but I'm not going to. Anyways, you can do that, and you have things like Stockholm Syndrome, which can help you a lot, especially if you play an overkill, as again, where you can just shout at a civilian when you are down, and they will come and pick you up. And I think this is just very dope, and I think it's just very underrated. I don't really see that many people use it. I think in all of my games that I've played, and I have almost 100 hours in this game, I've seen maybe one guy use Negotiator, and Master Trader is a perk and my friends use this, and it's one of the best perks to have, since the amount of time it can decrease for custody is insane. By the way, for those who don't know, Master Trader makes basically the custody time way less whenever the guy who has this perk trades a civilian. So there are times where if he trades a lot, you can be out of custody in 10 seconds. So you can just respawn easily. It's great. I really like this perk, and I would recommend definitely using it. Of course, I don't want to mention perks like Escapist, because I think a lot of people use Escapist, but I wanted to at least give a honorable mention to Tank. Especially extra plates and armor up. And speaking of tank, you can also count PlayDay, which is an ammo specialist tree, but it feels like a tank perk. These perks are really good because PayDay 3 right now has a really huge armor beta, meaning there is not much of a reason to use health medkits unless you are using field surgery skill. So really, if you can take the armor bag instead of the health bag in PayDay 3, if you reach, I think it's a level around 40, you will unlock the last armor, which has 4 armor chunks. And with these perks, especially if you max out tank and you get extra plates and you get armor up, you will essentially have 6 armor plates in your armor bag, which is a lot when you realize that with the perk armor up, you double it, so you have 12, meaning you can replenish your armor 3 times, which if you play solo or you're just unlucky, excuse me, I'm very professional, I know, it will help you a lot. Aside from that, there are a lot of other really cool perks, like Suppressive Fire, which as long as you have edge, every shot from a weapon has a chance to inflict heavy striker. I'm not sure about the actual percentage, but it's still pretty cool. Aside from that, there are some really cool perks as well, but I wanted to, focus on those that I really enjoy using. And there are some stealth ones like Core Up, which taking down a guard will immediately also answer the radio. It's cool, but if you watch any of my videos, you know that I don't play with stealth, so yeah. And aside from that, also Enginner 3, I just want to give a honorable mention. I think Enginner 3 is very underrated because it's really fun to use, but it's kind of hard since you are sacrificing a potential armor bag to, a turret, which is... Oh, fucking god, I'm so sorry. Yeah, anyways, I was saying, turrets are neat. They're really fun to use in this game, and since they don't consume your ammo like in PayDay 2, you can use them quite a lot, and they're just fun to use. I also wanted to mention Sharpshooter while I'm looking at it. Sharpshooter will help you with aiming down the sights and just sharp shooting, so snipers and so on and so forth. It's neat. There are also some other perks like the Last Man Standing, and also I see a lot of people actually use Hardy, which is neat. I won't really cover these perks because I've seen actually quite a bit of people use it, and yeah, they're cool as well, but primarily I would recommend trying out or at least checking out the perks I mentioned. I think you will like them. I had a lot of fun using especially the Demolitionist Overcooked perk and the Shock and Knife, and also, I really enjoy Sprint Loaded for every weapon, I'll be honest. It's one of those perks where if you have never played with it, you might be like, yeah, this is not really good. But once you start using it, you realize that you're missing out, especially with a shotgun. Like, shotguns need this perk, in my opinion. I'm not sure about the double barrel because I haven't played with double barrel because I am just wanting to level up every weapon to the max, and I just didn't have a chance to do that with double barrel yet. But I think it's still a really good perk to use. Anyway, that's everything I have for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I will appreciate if you like. If you, I don't know, man. I don't know. Sorry. Anyways, bye bye.